Sword of Mercury. And today, we're going to be returning to ASMR. And today we're talking about how to invest. And not just, this is not any old or regurgitated blah 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 of investment. I guarantee you this will change the way you think about investing. So, buckle up because there's going to be a lot of good information here. Also, as I said in my last video that I did in regular format on how to get rich quick, basically network with this channel. I'm trying to transform this channel into a place that people who are into entrepreneurial endeavors or into becoming successful or into making money can collaborate, network, communicate, interact with me. Because I am all about that aspect of personal development in terms of how to generate success. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So how to invest. Investment goes beyond just what I've listed here. These are monetary forms of investment, but what we're going to be going into is what is investment as a whole. There's so many avenues of investment that we can look into. How to invest your time, how to invest your effort, mindset, money, skills, and into people. So all of these are really things that encompass investing that a lot of people don't think about, and it's so pivotal in this age, really, because in the 21st century, a lot of us are having our mindset stolen away by essentially technology and scrolling bullshit online on Instagram or on TikTok, whatever. Waste of time. That's a bad investment of time. That's an investment of time, but it's a bad investment of time. So what we need are productive investments of time. Time is not so much of a thing that you can invest in, but it is in contrast typically to money, which is why I put it on the board. So you can invest these things into things in your life to better different avenues, because in terms of investing, the end goal is how to make money. But the thing is that if you have things like skills or mindset or people, it becomes easier to make that money. So we really need to think about the big picture, because a lot of people just think about investing as a very dogmatic, narrow view of the brokies. Click in the comments if you understood that reference. But in any sense, the basis is that through generating investments in some of these other categories, you can also achieve more money as a result. So obviously the typical investment strategies are things like stocks, investing in the stock market, big thing, crypto, another thing, real estate, investing in the housing market, forex. I don't even fucking really know what that is, to tell you the truth. Business. You can invest in businesses. That essentially is like what stocks are also part of. So stocks are basically all about buying a percentage of a company that you can hold on to, and that's the investment, right? But you can invest in businesses directly by, pitching in the startup. Like if somebody's starting a business, a lot of times they need like startup money, so they'll have investors to help them get off the ground with their company, right, or their business idea. Banking, you can also do business with the banks. I don't really recommend this because they don't give you a lot of money typically for what you're doing, but it's more of a guaranteed or safe way of investing where typically you get your money back, but it's obviously not as much as you would get if you invested by yourself. So banking is another way to go. You get smaller percentages back. Sometimes that also applies to you just leaving your money in a bank. Like you'll generate interest, but typically it's not very high. I was gonna put also on this list like 401ks and RSPs or whatever and all that shit, but typically it's like 1%. It's like fucking nothing, right? But in essence, if you're interested in that, loans. So getting loans are also a form of investment, or loaning people money rather as a form of investment. When you loan somebody out money, typically it comes with interest. So you're generating that. Loaning them money is an investment that you will get more money back on over time. So loans, products, so you can invest in products. Like I said, when businesses are starting up, typically if they're selling a product, you can invest in the product. If the product takes off, then you make money, right? So that's kind of like a quick rundown of that. I'm trying to make these videos shorter because, as I said, attention span is going down. So time, you can invest your time into things, and that's typically why a lot of people stay broke because, or I should say stay poor, but because they have a brokey mindset. Broke is a mindset, poor is a condition of the pocket. Broke is a condition of the mind. If your mentality sucks, then you're broke. If you don't have money because you didn't grow up with money, then you're poor. It's okay to be poor. It's not okay to be broke. So time is typically the currency of the system that they scam you into buying your time with money. So this is the flaw of the system. This is why people who are poor typically stay poor, because they have to trade their time for money. Rich people who have money to throw around trade their money for time, because time is finite, right? So you want to make sure you're using that effectively. Effort, how much work or how much effort you apply into something is important as well. Gauging how long something will actually take you. This is why business owners don't learn all the skills they need to run their business. They outsource it to other people because it takes a lot of effort to learn those things. Mindset is something you can invest into. Philosophy, how to think about things in terms of a business mindset, in terms of how to bring in money, how to visualize success, how to plan out where you're going, how to take advantage of opportunities, how to talk and how to explain things to people. That's all mindset. Money. So obviously, like I said, it's essentially the opposite currency of time in this sense. Money is something that, I guess you get that. That's the thing that you're almost getting out of whatever you're investing into, right? So typically, any form of investment that you're typically going for is going to produce money, if that's the end result, right? Unless you're just trying to build yourself, like in terms of character, right? Which kind of translates into this, like skills. So typically skills is associated with like how you can make yourself more marketable, not only as a business person, but as somebody who can do multiple tasks. Like I was just saying, if you're somebody who owns a business or runs some kind of business, even it could be like I'm doing, like YouTube platform, that's like a business, right? But if you're not somebody who has money to outsource all those things to other people, like myself, then you end up being the social media manager, the content editor, the a script writer, the person who like draws the diagrams on the board, the person who's in the video, like the producer or whatever, the host, whatever you would term it. So all of those things are skills which you take on because you don't have the money to exchange for some form of skill set, basically, or somebody to do things for you. People is also something you can invest your time into. This is a very humanitarian, I would say, approach to the world because it stems off your belief in people assisting you in some way based on their view of the world. So when you talk to your friends, is what you're getting in conversation a valuable exchange of your time, for instance, right? So I'll give you an example. Yesterday I was talking to one of my friends about the importance of basically taking action on ideas before you are actually in the industry, like in your field. Before you like graduate from a field or whatever, you want to invest into ideas ahead of time so you can become successful. But my friend is somewhat of a brokey mindset, so he was like saying, oh, I need to focus on this assignment, blah 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 blah. And the thing is that if that is your mentality, then you're going to stay brokey. But the thing is, if you have a humanitarian approach traditionally like I do, I would almost consider it um, uh, like it becomes somewhat of a character flaw if you don't use it wisely, because like with my friend, you can spend time talking to people about the importance of taking action in their own life and applying themselves, but if they're a brokey mindset, then they're just going to make up excuses why they can't do something, but ultimately just because they're lazy, right? So, but if you typically have that mindset and you want to talk to people about how they can change their life, and those people are willing to change their life, then that is an impactful investment of your time, because you're talking to people who genuinely want to better their life, and they're looking for some assistance, and they're looking for somebody like-minded to give them that little push in the right direction. So that's what I mean by investing in people. You're investing in their growth, and in essence, that might come back to assist you, because those people might say, hey, you really helped me, I want to do something for you, or just say, hey, let's work on a project together, whatever. That's investing in people. I try to do this a lot, but again, people a lot of the times have a brokey mindset if they're not like hustlers, if they're not about making money, if they're not about basically the grind set, or just investing in their own life, right? It kind of amazes me how so many people don't want to take action in their own life. They're not even the main character in their own life. They're a side character in their own life. And it's really kind of sad, because like me, I'm always MC in my story. Like, nobody is MC except for me. MC stands for main character. Main character. Main character. You want to be main character, and why? I don't know if you're watching this to this point. You are main character. You are main character. You are main character. And I'm very proud of you. I'm very, 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 very proud of you, because it takes strength to do that, and most people are weak. That's the truth. Most people are weak. That's why they can't do that. So if you're somebody who does invest in people, and you do want to take on those initiatives, and you are somebody who genuinely takes action, you are strong, and that is rare. So you've done good. Be proud. Be proud. Be proud of yourself. You've done good. You've done good. And you will be successful. I guarantee you will be successful. Like I said, it's so easy to win sometimes, because so many people are just like lazy and weak, and they just don't want to apply themselves, right? Even some like people in my friend circle, or the people who I actually associated with or I'm friends with, typically are people who are hustlers. There's only a few outliers who are like of the brokey mindset, and they're just waiting for opportunities to come to them. That is a flawed mentality. If your goal is to win, if your goal is to be successful, if your goal is to be rich, if your goal is to have money, to have financial stability, to be independent. So, I think I'm gonna end the video off there. This is a shorter video. Check out my other video if you're interested. That I'll like, it's titled "How to Get Rich Quick," actually, and it will actually tell you what is necessary in becoming rich quick. So check that out if you're interested in anything about money or how to make money. I will be producing more content around things about money in the future. So if you appreciate these little videos where I talk about the basics of, the monetary system, or how to get rich, or how to make money, stick around. Subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and like the video if you liked it. If you didn't, fucking leave a mean comment. I don't give a fuck. But to be honest, if you have this quality, this is very rare, and you should, I'm very proud of you if you do have that as well, because it takes a heart to invest in people, because like I said, most people are not willing to change your life. If you reach out to people and genuinely want them to do well, genuinely want them to take off with you, genuinely want them to be successful, then you have a quality that most people cannot even give to themselves. So I'm proud of you. You've come far. Push even further. And this has been the Sword of Mercury, brought to you by the Friends of Mercury, and I will see you guys in the next video.